Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. Well, if you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. If you're a new member, could you please share, like, and subscribe to my channel? Helps other people know when they post videos like this one. And before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey, so please do your homework first before you get started. Well, welcome to week 128 update, and every day is a new day and a new chance to change your life, and I truly go by those words. We're having a pretty good month this month. They were down 5 pounds for the month. I know it doesn't sound like a heck of a lot, but hey, 5 pounds is still 5 pounds. And we're currently at around 222 pounds somewhere along the way, and actually 222.2 actually. I weighed myself this morning, and I feel pretty good. I did find something for my feet there. They seem to be working pretty good. Now, a couple of you guys, I had mentioned that I have problems with my feet cracking and bleeding and that when I'm walking and splitting open with the dry weather that we have. So I bought these silicone heels. They stretch over your stocking, or you can put them under your stocking. I put mine over my stocking. And what they do is they prevent your feet from rubbing up against your heels. So now I don't have any more issue when I'm walking. My feet feel very comfortable, and I'm very happy that I bought those. I got those at Amazon, by the way, for under $15. I know people might have issues with Amazon and Walmart, but I love those two places. And yeah, I didn't get hired at Walmart. It's no big deal. Just move on to the next job interview. But if you can't find it in the store, where else are you going to get this stuff? So when I research it on Amazon and I go on YouTube and I watch YouTube videos, I find when I'm looking for it, okay, that might be a possibility. So I really love these, and they came with a cool little pouch to put these in, and you can wear them over and over again. And then, of course, at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you can just take these and soak them in warm soapy water and just dry them out over a paper towel there, and get them to last a little longer. But they really help my feet. So if you got those same kind of issues, I would recommend that. And I'll leave the Amazon link below my video so you can find that link. So what did we do with this past week? We did a lot. We started out the week. It was Donna's. Well, first of all, let's backtrack to Sunday. Last Sunday, we had a snowstorm on Saturday, Friday night, and everything got canceled out Friday. And then Sunday, that was Saturday, and then Saturday I went. Just trying to think. So our bingo got canceled on Friday, and then, anyways, we had a 1 or 2 day snowstorm, and then Sunday I went out doing some photography on Sunday, and it was the roads are really bad. A lot of people had lost their power, as I recall, and anyhow, I only took a few photographs, and I thought to my better judgment. And then, of course, Sunday we had a dilemma what to do. We had 3 events to go to. We had Rocky's 90th birthday party, and Carl was retiring from the studio, and then my wife had a birthday party, so we elected to do Rocky's birthday party. Carl wanted to go to Rocky's birthday party, but he went to his retirement party. So I ended up just apologizing to Carl, gave him a card Thursday, and everything was kosher there. And then Donna and I went out and had a great time, went down to Longhorns. I did get a big potato, didn't eat hardly any of it because it was too salty. It was like saturated in salt. And I told the girl, I said, is this something new they started? Because it never was like this before. And she said, well, they should have been doing that. And no. You do not coat the outside of your potato with that much salt. So literally when I pick it up and I remove the potato from my hand was covered with salt. There are people that do not eat that much salt and don't like salt altogether, and they want to put salt on their food themselves. But we always season our foods, especially meat. But potatoes, when I used to do, and when I want a potato now and then, I will take a little bit of avocado oil. I will put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'll lightly put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and I'll shake up the bag, and then I'll put the potato in the bag, and I'll coat it really well with the olive oil or avocado oil, and I'll put it on aluminum foil. I'll punch some holes in the potato, and I'll usually bake that up in the oven for about 45 minutes until it's nice and just starting to crust on the outside of the potato. And then that's how Donna and I eat our potato. But that was just a treat for me that particular day. And I think that's why I only lost like 5 pounds for this month. But, I was so angry I couldn't eat. So she asked me how the meal was. And I said, well, the meal was fine except for the potato in it. And my wife was complaining about it too because she couldn't eat it, and I felt bad for her. And so what we ended up, she said, well, I can give you another one. I goes, well, no, I'm halfway done eating. I'm not going to, I don't want one now because, I've already blew out my carbs for that particular day. And, but, I'm still going to have a talk with them about that because they need to rethink about that because there's going to be a lot of people and they're not going to return to the restaurant if that's going to be a continued practice for them. And I'm a chef and I know how to make food. And, so we did that. We did the birthday party. We did the, parties, the daughter's party. And then Thursday I went over to the Mayor Show on Inside Leominster at the studio and I filmed behind the camera. And, we did all that. Okay. And then we did the usual walking places this past week, the Doyle State, Barrett Park. One day we were doing baby steps around Barrett Park because it was really, really icy. So then on Tuesday, I get a text message from Val about the, Ron, what, can you doing anything tonight? And then all of a sudden my friend Jill texts me. She said, Ron, are you going tonight? I said, what the heck is tonight? What are you talking about? Did I miss something? He goes, no. It was just posted that day. And usually the mayor posted stuff about a week or two ahead of time to let people know we got an event coming up. Well, this is one of these pop-up events that just came up, right? So anyways, the event was sledding for the kids and at one of the hills we have here in the city. And so Valerie asked me, says, I could use some help at the Emergency Management Center. Can you come down and help us bake some cookies? I didn't know what the heck I was doing, right? I know how to bake cookies, but they do it a completely different way because this is for the public. So I took, she had me put on an apron, I had gloves on, and basically I took like 4.25 cups of flour, white flour, and some baking soda, baking powder. And then on another bag, I took 1.5 cups of brown sugar and 1.25 cups of regular sugar. And I was doing an assembly that way. We did about maybe 6 bags like that. And then another team would put those in a bowl with butter and then, mix them up in the sand mixer and throw some chocolate chips in that. And then we would take the chocolate chips and I was scooping them out and I was rolling them up in a little ball and I was making them putting them on a tray. And we must have made about 400 cookies in the first couple of times. The first time we made a couple of ones that were too big. They ran into each other, so we couldn't use those, but we had them for a sample. They were wicked good. I only had one. And nothing better than the fresh cookie coming out of the oven and you have it with the, it goes, oh, wow, what a treat that was. So we did all that. We got them all prepared for the event. And then, I decided to actually help out with the event. So I went down to the office about, this event started about 6 o'clock, I believe. It lasted 5 to 8 or something like that. Anyways, so I went down to the emergency office. I got a nice yellow jacket and I put it on and had my hat on and had my hoodie on underneath. I should have had my flannel shirt on because it was started to snow out and then it flipped over to ice and freezing rain and then all rain. And I had my regular gloves on and I was freezing. My hands froze up a little bit. So now when I go out these events, I got to make sure I dress for it. I'll wear the gloves, my regular winter gloves instead of the driving gloves. So that taught me a little bit of a lesson. I didn't quite make it all the way to the end, but I took a ton of photographs for the mayor and for the city. And, I enjoy taking photographs of the local events and stuff like that. And then Saturday, we went up to next town over, Fitchburg, and I was there for almost 5 hours at 8 in the morning to about 1 in the afternoon. And we did a driving course. We had to learn how to park the emergency vehicle, like when we go out set up for a local event. So if I'm driving a truck, say for instance, or if I'm in a neighborhood crime watch vehicle, which you're going to be teaching me how to do this week, I'll know how to park the vehicle on an angle where to stop the traffic, or at least tell the traffic to slow down, and that sort of thing. So I'll be getting a certificate from that. Tuesday, this past week, it was Monday, we were at the Emergency Management Center also doing a training session on first responding for, say, like if we had a situation in a hospital where they had to shut it down for a little bit until they resolved it. Or like if somebody would go into an municipal building or your local city hall and threaten everybody, well, we would be called in to help out if they needed us. And so we need to know where to go in, or even schools for that matter. And we're going to have some training videos coming up pretty soon, and exercises they're going to want me to film for that. And put it all together for the city. And then, of course, Saturday we did, remembering Al Stahl, S-T-A-A-L, one L with two A's. He was a longtime member of the Emergency Management Center, and they asked me to go down and film it was like a little memorial they had for him, and just talking about him. And he was the biggest part of the center for quite a while. And, I must have met him at one time or another. I know I had. And anyways, I put that all together for them. And we did the bingo Friday night, had almost 200 people. They didn't really win anything. And, so we're just having to continue on all week, and been making a lot of great meals this week for low-carb weight loss. And I did make you guys are going to love this one. I made my very, very first strawberry shortcake. I made my very, very first strawberry cheesecake. Now, when I was 46 years old, my sister asked me, well, what do I want for my birthday? Because she threw me a birthday party when she lived up in Plymouth. And I said, well, can I have a cheesecake? And I got a picture of me holding a cheesecake. I thought it was pretty funny because at that time I was trying to lose weight. I joined Jenny Craig and all that. I know a couple of those Weight Watchers. And I lost into 10, 15 pounds. And okay, now it's time to go and celebrate and having a big cake. And of course, she had potatoes and ice cream, and I started eating all that, and that pretty much killed that. So here we are, a number of years later, and now I'm more vigilant in what I'm aware of, and what I put into my mouth now. Even when I want to have a Ron day, or take my wife out day, we'll I don't feel guilty about it anymore. It's just part of life, and you just move on to the next moment and just start all over again. And that's how I've been very, very successful, guys, over the last 2.5 years doing low-carb weight loss keto. Now, I got that video filmed, and when I go into a follow-up about all that, I'll share that on the channel, on the video part of it anyways. And I had the cheesecake in the refrigerator overnight, and let it set firmly. So when I pop the spring-forming pan off of it, hopefully it'll stay intact. And then I'll add the strawberries on top, and I'll slice it up and have a bite of it. But I'm really looking forward to that one, guys, because I love cheesecake, and boy, can they pack an awful lot of calories. If you ate a regular cheesecake, like a whole cheesecake, that would be probably enough meal calorie in you for a whole month if you're doing low-carb keto. And that would be definitely a no-no. But this is all keto-proof cheesecake. And I got that recipe from Myra from Carb Love. She's a terrific lady. She lost well over 100 pounds too. And she's got a dynamite channel. And I follow a lot of these channelers. They really help us out. When you're craving something that you used to enjoy. Now, we got our new food processor in, by the way. I got it over there. I'm not going to actually pick it up, but it's a KitchenAid food processor. I'll probably throw a photograph of the timeline. I haven't used it yet, but I'm planning on using that for Tuesday, because Tuesday I want to make a corned beef and hash. I bought some purple turnip, and I'm going to cube it all up. I'm going to boil it up to the almost fork tender. Then I'm going to put that in the food processor along with the corned beef that I bought, maybe with an egg to bind it, and some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder, onion powder. And I don't know, I'm thinking of maybe some peppers and onions. I'm not really sure. But, and some cheese. And then we're gonna mix it in some avocado oil. We'll put that into the food processor, and we'll pulse it a few times. And then what I'm going to do at that point, I'll take out the corned beef and hash, and because that's what it's going to be called. And then I'm going to make patties. Okay, instead of frying them up on the over-the-head stove, I'm going to pop them into the air fryer, get them nice and golden brown, and then they should come out really good. But and then I might cook up an egg or two for protein with it. But I absolutely love corned beef, and I used to always eat that Hormel kind, with the potato already in it. But the problem is it's saturated with salt, and the potatoes are no on low carb. And when I eat that, my stomach feels really, really heavy, because it's just kind of like lasagna. It just sits in your stomach. But, we're definitely trying to eat a lot more cleaner, and like I said, every now and then if I want something, I'll have something. But anyways, so what do we got going on this week, guys? Well, I continue on with Derek's Step Challenge. We pushed out about 87,000 steps for the month. Thank you, Derek, for that. And I'm not going to do one for February, but I may do one for March, and because March, the nicer weather will be here, and I don't want to have to worry about it. Now, yesterday, I've been so burnt out this past week for doing all the volunteering. Tuesday and Thursdays and mornings, I was doing that over the Historical Commission, and then Thursday night at the Mayor Show, and then, double duty on Tuesday and Wednesday. I mean, I just been totally burnt out all week long. So, and yesterday I didn't feel like doing anything. And, because we had a coffee crawl last week too, I did that also. And I just need to take a break. I'm not saying it's from social media, but I mean from the city activity that I do. So this whole week I'm going to do a very light city activity this week. I still want to do some walking and stuff like that, but Thursday we have Groundhog Day, and what Amir does is he goes down to the Lower Common dressed up in his skivvies, and he's a trip. He's a riot. And he'll go out there at 7:30, 7:45. We set up some flamingos instead of groundhogs. And, when the sun comes up over the horizon over there, and when it comes up from it sets in the east and sets in the west, and right when it comes up from the eastern part of the sky, whether or not the flamingo sees a shadow or not, it predicts whether or not we have 6 more weeks of winter or not. He'd been doing that for quite a while, and I've been filming that every year for the studio. It's fun, A couple of times I've gone down there in February. It's like snow on the ground. It's cold and snowy out. It just got done snowing out, and one year we had about 2 feet of snow. And so this year, from what I understand, it'll be about mild in the 30, 35, 40. We have snow on the ground, but not as much as I thought we'd have by this time of year. But I know Saturday is supposed to get down to the teens again, kind of like we had on Christmas Day. And so you just have to dress for it. But anyways, enough said of all that. I think I got everything I wanted to say. But for the month of February, we're going to have a new follow-up to this video midweek. And then we're going to have the 2 videos be watching for the cheesecake recipe that I did, and the corned beef and hash recipe that I'm going to be putting together. And I hope you enjoyed this little segment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good week.